Welcome to another episode of Game Boy Roulette, where we take a look at randomly chosen games from the Game Boy library.
Looney Tunes Twouble. Ooh, how twoubling? If it's Looney Tunes and there's a T followed by a W, that can only mean one thing. It's time for Sylvester and Tweety Bird. The antics of the adorable Tweety and the prideful cat Sylvester was a tried and true formula for comedy that worked so well that their first appearance together, the legendary Tweety Pie, won an Academy Award for Best Short Animated Film. The two of them had a fun chemistry, with Sylvester perfectly playing the lovable villain and Tweety's bright-eyed, gentle nature playing off of him well. And more characters were eventually added to the formula, making their adventures more fun. And here's a little tidbit for you. Canonically, Tweety's owner, Granny, fought in World War II and foiled several Nazi plots. You know, just in case you didn't already love Granny enough. However, we run into an issue that we've seen before on Game Boy Roulette. Looney Tunes have just never quite clicked in the world of video games. It's one of those weird cases where a legendary franchise never got at least one great game to hang its hat on. See also Superman in that regard, although Looney Tunes isn't quite that far down. This Game Boy Color game, backwards compatible and released in 1998, was made by Bit Managers, a company who never really made any memorable games either, with their most well-known being a series of Smurfs games, and also the profoundly disappointing Metal Masters. So with all that going in, yeah, I'm not exactly expecting a masterpiece here. But at least the box art is super fun. I love the look of doom on Sylvester's face, knowing that his head is about to be replaced by a whole lot of singed hair. God, I love the dynamic these two had. Tweety's adorableness made his insane acts of violence all the funnier. I taught Looney Tunes Twouble. I did tall Looney Tunes Twouble. Oh yeah, Infogrames published the game. Which isn't surprising, they published a little bit of everything. Under license by Warner Brothers, yeah, that's hardly surprising either.
Twouble.
The art is amazing. Tweety and Sylvester look great, but they just have the word Twouble there as the title? Whatever, let's go. Tweety is close, hurry. What do I do? Oh, there you are. Oh, shoot. Get back here. Come back here, you coward. Come back, ow. Is this all there is? Granny's House Part 1. Oh, that was just an intro. Tweety's missing. Find the key to see where he's gone. Okay. Ooh. Good. What? Oh, God, it's isometric? What? Oh, my God, I was not expecting this. What the hell? It's like an isometric adventure game? This is the last thing I was expecting out of a Looney Tunes game, but let's go for it, okay? There's the dog, 15 Sylvesters, and 0 cans of tuna. Oh, I see something over there. Okay, you have to hit B to pick something up, but what did I pick up? Throw. Oh, it's just a platform. Over the dog. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, man, I'm getting Altered Space vibes. But I like the animation in this one way more. The game looks very nice. Aha, I know what I do. Put that down. Now I bet I grab this. Maybe not. Oh, you can combine them. Aha! You can combine items. I don't think I've ever been blindsided, Granny, by what a game is. Ow, what the hell? I mean, with Looney Tunes, you just expect it to be a generic platformer. But a puzzle, adventure, isometric game? I mean, okay, whatever. I certainly am liking it. Wait, do I have to get on Granny's head for this? I think I have to get on Granny's head for this. Granny? Don't mind me. Ow! The dog is in the way, so we probably have to find... You know what? I'd put money on this being a bone. Why, hey, it's a bone. I can't believe. I'm really liking this, actually. It's a little bit slow, but I think that's fine, given the isometric perspective they have going. The jumping is surprisingly well controlled. Dog. Bone. Oh, I'm coming for you, Tweety. Wait. I wonder if I can find a secret prize up here. Nope. Does Granny live in a mansion? So I just did a quick check, and this is not a long game. It's only 5 stages, but each one is actually pretty in depth. But you know what? I'm liking it. I'm really liking this. It's a fun game, but now the real question. What does it look like in color? Well, their logo looks nicer. Ooh, that looks better, too. Although, Tweety's eyes are a bit messed up. Very nice. Very nice looking. Solid animation, solid coloring. Let's see how the dog looks when we get there. Is this randomly generated? Oh, maybe not. Now the big question. It looks... Ooh. Not as good as I was hoping. I mean, Sylvester looks fine, but the dog and the details on the actual house... Yeah, no, not a fan of how it looks. It actually, I think it looks better on the standard Game Boy. Which is a rarity, but does sometimes happen. It's weird, some companies used the Game Boy Color as a chance to really push their game. Really make it look amazing. But some companies kind of did this, which is just, slap a couple colors down and we're good. And that's disappointing, especially with something like Looney Tunes, that's so bright and colorful and is known, darn it, for looking nice. You know, I was really hoping that it'd be like, as you go on, the rooms have different colors. Yeah, I'm really disappointed how the game actually looks. It's like they're going for a sepia tone, but it just sort of looks like everything's covered in mustard and ketchup. So I do have to ding the game for not really doing that much with the Game Boy Color. But for everything else about it, yeah, I'm actually a fan of this. This is, believe it or not, one of the better Looney Tunes games I've played, and I can't believe I'm saying that. You know, isometric gameplay can work on the Game Boy, and in this case, it absolutely does. That being said, I don't know if I'll ever find Tweety Bird. That being said, I did notice Taz in the level screen, and the fact that we haven't seen him yet means I am forced to give this game a 0. Sorry, Taz is my favorite. There were a lot of things I was expecting, but it certainly was not that. Anytime I see a licensed cartoon coming to the Game Boy, my mind immediately assumes it's going to be a generic platformer. It was kind of the default that every licensed game went to, so it was only natural for this to be the same. But I was surprised to find that it went in a totally different direction, and a direction that I thought was really fun. I've played a few of these isometric puzzle-ish games on the Game Boy, but this one felt a bit more streamlined, a bit simpler, and thus a bit more focused on being fun. And with tight controls and some intuitive puzzles, plus really good graphics and animation for this type of game, I find myself enjoying it more than any other Looney Tunes game I've played. I really don't have that much to criticize about the Game Boy version, but that's where we run into the issue that the Game Boy Color version was disappointing. With such good graphics, I was really expecting them to put more effort in, but the yellow-red color scheme really doesn't work, and it felt kinda lazy, especially compared to how many great-looking Game Boy Color games there are. I know it doesn't seem like a huge deal, but the jump from Game Boy to Game Boy Color can often do wonders to make a game impressive, but in this case, it actually hurt the game. Granted, it's a bit of a reach to complain about, but it's pretty much all I got for this game. At the end of the day, this was a surprising game in a lot of ways, one that both looked good and played great. I'd call this one a bit of an underrated gem, so go check it out and see if you can get yourself into a little Twouble. Just stick with the original Game Boy version. Seriously guys, so many colors and you picked yellow? And that's all for another episode of Game Boy Roulette. Make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe to follow the series as we continue to dig through the Game Boy vault. I'm Brian J, and I'll see you next time.